Hello, you are welcome. So today, mindset is the mirror. What you believe shapes how you parent. That is our conversation for today. Mindset is the mirror. What you believe shapes your mindset. My name is Chioma Odikula. I'm the founder of the Renewed Parent Academy. You're welcome. Now, the way you speak to yourself as a parent, or the way you speak to your child or anyone around you, the patience you show, the fears you carry as a parent, the dreams you avoid, these are not just your parenting habits. They are the reflections of what you believe about yourselves. They are the reflections of your past. They are the reflections of your worth. And they are the reflections of your role. Your mindset is the mirror. Our mindset is the mirror. Now, how often as a parent do you consciously express, show the way you believe? How often do you parent from what you consciously believe versus what you unconsciously accept to be true? So mindset is the key, mindset is the mirror, and that is what we're here to talk about. Now, what is mindset? Mindset is the established set of attitudes held by someone. So in this case, it could be you, a parent, it could be an adult. Mindset acts as the internal lens through which we can see the world. Mindset acts as the lens through which we make decisions. And mindset acts as a lens through which we interact with others, including our children. So mindset is the lens through which we can see everything around us. Now, our subconscious beliefs are deep-rooted convictions formed by our past experiences. Our subconscious beliefs are deep-rooted convictions formed by our past experiences, formed by our repeated thoughts or messages received, especially in childhood. Now, these beliefs we have about ourselves as parents, it's operate from within our awareness. Sometimes we are aware of this belief. Sometimes we are not even aware. But these beliefs have a way of driving our emotional responses, and it has a way of driving our habits. So as a parent, think in your heart, so you are. So how do you think in your heart? Even when you don't realize your thoughts, even when you don't realize what you're thinking, your mindset is controlling a lot. Even the Bible says, as a man thinketh, so he is in his heart. Because your internal beliefs become the way you express yourself. Your internal belief become your external behavior. So how is your mindset? Now, we must always remember as parents, you don't raise children by just, saying what you need to say. You raise children with your mindset. So what mindset do you have? And what mindset are you transferring to your children? Because our children absorb our fears. Our children absorb our hopes. Our children absorb our limits. Our children do not inherit our genes, but they absorb our fears, our hopes, and our limits. Your belief system as a parent is the software that runs through everything you do. So what is your belief system? How is your belief system like? That's what we're talking about, mindset. So mindset is a mirror. Your kids, your children sometimes reflect it. Sometimes your children reflect what you carry. So mindset is very important. Now, everything you believe as a parent, everything you believe about yourself, your roles, your capacity, what you believe you can do is unconsciously transmitted through your tone, through your body language, through your responses, through your rules. Everything you do as a parent is transmitted through what you do. Now, if as a parent you believe you're not enough, you may overcompensate and become over-controlling. So mindset is very key. If you believe that parenting is a struggle, you will unconsciously resist connection because your mindset is playing out. If you believe that your child's success defines you, you might push them too hard to perfectionism because your mindset is playing out. So where do these beliefs even come from? These limiting beliefs we've been talking about, where do they come from? Number one, from our childhood environment. How you were parented, your beliefs, your limitations can come from your childhood environment. Number two is cultural norms and generational messages. Cultural norms, messages you've heard over time can also create or cause limiting beliefs. Number three is religious teaching. Sometimes, thank you for joining us. So religious teachings, the teachings you hear over the time growing up, it can also be a cause or a source of limiting belief. Most times our trauma and our past emotional wounds is a source of our beliefs. Most of us as adults are living with deep-rooted trauma. Most of us don't even know we are traumatized. Most of us don't even want to accept that we're traumatized. But the truth is that one of the places where our limited mindset comes from is from our trauma, from our past emotional wounds. Trauma is that thing that has happened to you but is currently affecting you. Anything that happened to you or what should have happened that did not happen that is currently affecting you today, that is trauma. Now, these beliefs from our emotional blueprints, the beliefs we have about ourselves, it forms the emotional blueprint we have about ourselves. And unless we are aware, unless we get to this point of dealing with these limiting beliefs, they will keep on sabotaging us. So as a parent, how are you working on this belief so that it doesn't prevent you? Because remember what we said at the beginning, you are the mirror. Your mindset, everything you do is the mirror. How are you working to ensure that this limiting belief do not prevent you, do not hinder you as you're raising your children, as you're carrying on your day-to-day activities? So we're going to see the circle of limiting beliefs. We're going to use an example and see the way limiting beliefs work. So the circle is going to be in the form of limiting beliefs. From limiting beliefs, we have emotional reaction, then we have our automatic habits and parenting pattern. Number one, for example, if as a parent, if you believe that when your child misbehaves, it means that you have failed, that is your belief playing out. You believe that when your child misbehaves or makes a mistake, you have failed. It's your belief playing out. Then if you now react with shame, or you are angry when your child misbehaves, is your reaction, which is the second pattern. Then when you yell at your child, or when you withdraw because of what your child has done, is a habit. Then when you now emotionally distance yourself, when you now discipline or punish your child in a fear-based way, is your pattern. So we must understand the pattern of this circle of limiting belief. And this thing happens within split of seconds. That is why we must get to the point of being aware of these beliefs that have been limiting us as parents. These beliefs that has been preventing us not achieving our goals. And that is why I created the Renewed Parents Academy. In this academy, we teach parents how we can step up, how we can move away from our limiting beliefs and begin to live our best lives, to begin to live the best versions of our life. Now, how can we transform this mirror? How can we move from the point of limiting beliefs to the point of not being limited? How can we move from the point of having limiting beliefs to empowering ourselves as parents? Because obviously we are here for the solution. Now, the steps to shift our mindset is number one, awareness. So start to notice your reaction as a parent. Start to notice the belief that drives your behavior. Start to notice when you feel scared. Start to notice when you feel you don't want to try. Start to notice when you want to please people. Start to notice those beliefs that drive you. Just be intentional. Just be aware of those beliefs. Number two is challenge. Begin to replace those limiting beliefs. So when you're aware of those beliefs, because the truth is that the solution to anything is start and comes from the point of self-awareness. When you're not aware of a challenge, it will be difficult for you to solve it. When you're not aware of a problem, it will be difficult for you to even come to the realization of finding solution. But when you are aware of this limiting belief that has been driving you, when you're aware of these challenges, your fear, people pleasing, perfectionism, when you're aware of it, the next thing is to challenge it. So begin to replace your limiting beliefs with truths. For example, when you make a mistake, you tell yourself that growth is messy. When you make a mistake, you tell yourself, yeah, it's okay to make a mistake, I'm going to try again. When you don't get something 100%, you tell yourself, yes, I am growing. So begin to replace those limiting beliefs with the right words, affirmation, or declaration. Begin to speak to yourself. Then the third thing we can do to shift from limiting mindset is renew. So feed your mind daily as a parent. Feed your mind with faith-based truths. Begin to feed your mind with declaration and wisdom. And that is why I wrote the book, The 52 Weeks Affirmation for Parents. It's a book that is going to give you power back to yourself. It's going to remind you. It's going to remind us how powerful we are as parents. Watch out for that book and get a copy of that, because that book is going to walk you through for 52 weeks how you can begin to reclaim your power, how you can begin to affirm yourself, how you can begin to declare yourself. These things have a way of, stopping or helping us work on those limitations or those limiting beliefs. Then the last thing I have for us, the step for us to walk away or move away from our limiting belief, is to model. Remember, your children are not just listening, they are watching how you show up. So how do you show up as a parent? How do we show up as parents? How do you show up in your place of work? How do you show up in your community? People are watching. People are learning. Are you a mentor? Are you a coach? Are you what legacy are you transferring to the next generation? That is what we must understand. So you can't fake a mindset. You either model peace or you pass down anxiety. So you can't fake it. You can't fake a mindset. It's either you're modeling peace or you're passing down your trauma. You're passing down your baggages. That is why as parents, we must go on this journey on working on our mindset first, because our mindset is a mirror through which we can see everything. So begin to use the word of God to reset your internal mirror. Begin to affirm yourself. When you feel unqualified, tell yourself things like, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. When you've made a mistake, when you feel like you failed, don't tell yourself you're a failure. Tell yourself there's no condemnation for those that believe in God. Begin to affirm, begin to declare, begin to counter, because the truth is that we have power in our words. When you're scared as a parent, when you're scared of something, begin to tell yourself that perfect love drives all fear. Begin to affirm yourself. So what would you be doing differently? Can you begin to think of those reactions, the things you begin to do that can help you as a parent to change? What are those mindsets that's been limiting you, that's been making you stay stuck? Even the ones you're conscious about and the ones you're not conscious about. Can you sit down and get to this point of awareness of those things that has been limiting you? Now, we must always remember as parents that your mindset is the mirror that shapes how you parent. Your mindset is the mirror that shapes how you do everything around you. Your mindset is the mirror that shapes your personal relationship, your marriage, your interaction at your place of work. Everything about you is your mindset. It starts from your mindset. So if you want to change as a parent, how you show up for yourself, if you want to change how you show up for the world, it must start from you, from us believing in ourselves, believing and working on our mindset, having a growth mindset, not limiting yourself in any way, doing away with all form of limitation. And one of the ways you can do it is to continue to grow. And that is why I want to invite you into our academy, the Renewed Parent Academy. This academy is set up for parents to help us have a growth mindset, to help us have this mindset that is going to deal and do away with any form of limitation. So we have different activities we do in our community. We share videos, educational videos, we do book reviews, we do connection tools we can do that can help us to connect with ourselves, that can get us to the point of being aware of this mindset that limits us and how we can begin to deal with this mindset. So I invite you as a parent, come join us in our community and also get a copy of my book, Becoming a Renewed Parent. You can get it on Amazon. I'm going to drop the link for us and start off your journey. This book is a book that will teach you and tell you how you can continue to have a growth mindset, to continue to believe in yourself, to continue to believe in your vision and not to have a fixed mindset. Also, I have some books coming up, 52 weeks affirmation for parent. This book will walk you through as a parent how you can begin to affirm and declare. Remember what we said, affirmation and declaration help us to counter those limiting beliefs. I also have books on emotional intelligence, the A to Z of emotion, because emotions is very key in what we do as parents. Watch out for this book. Join our community and you're going to get all the details you need. So thank you for joining us today. Grab a cup of water, get some break, and we'll be right back for our Wednesday Live. Thank you and do have a great day. I really do appreciate your time till I come your way next week Wednesday. Thank you and bye.